United Nations stands ready to make that happen. I thank you.
I thank Ms. Wosono for briefing. I'll now give the floor to those council members who wish to make statement. I give the floor to the representative of Slovenia.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wish to thank Ms. Goto and Ms. Wosono for their briefings and their contribution to the discussion. Mr. President, we are now deep into the 4th year of Russia's aggression against Ukraine, the largest armed conflict Europe has seen since World War II. A conflict that has changed modern warfare, felt first and foremost by the civilians who bear the brunt of it. The latest overnight attack by Russia is a case in point. In one of the deadliest attacks against civilians since the war began, Russian missiles and drones reportedly killed at least 26 people in Ternopil. Slovenia condemns this attack in the strongest possible terms. With the winter approaching, Russia launched another campaign against Ukraine's energy infrastructure. Strikes on the power grid are intensifying, causing blackouts nationwide. These attacks disrupt heat, electricity, and water supply, creating extreme hardship, especially for older persons, persons with disabilities, and families with young children. These are deliberate attacks against the most vulnerable members of society. There is a clear pattern in Russia's drone warfare. No one is safe from attacks. Not near the front line, not hundreds of kilometers away. Russia's drones and missiles are the cause of more than half civilian casualties across Ukraine. Especially short-range drones surpass the impact of any other weapon type. They are killing and injuring civilians, striking homes and disrupting essential services. They are creating a coercive environment that has essentially become unlivable and has compelled thousands to flee. The Independent International Commission of Inquiry, in its latest report, concluded that these attacks constitute crimes against humanity of murder and forcible transfer of population. Mr. President, Russia is escalating its war against Ukraine. The numbers could not be clearer. Civilian casualties in Ukraine this year were 27% higher compared to the same period last year. This clearly underlines the urgent need for a full and unconditional ceasefire. 14 of us keep calling for it, yet tangible results are lacking. Slovenia stands ready to work towards a just peace, one firmly rooted in the principles of the UN Charter, a lasting peace for Ukraine, shaped by Ukraine. We need a decisive next step to end the bloodshed and stop the destruction. We need a ceasefire now. Thank you.
I thank the representative of Slovenia for the statement, and I'll give the floor to the representative of Denmark.
Thank you, Mr. President. Let me also thank Ms. Goto and Ms. Wosono for their very clear briefings. Denmark welcomes the participation of Ukraine in today's briefing, as well as other affected European countries. The broader regional security situation remains alarming. Denmark is deeply concerned by Monday's explosion on a railway line in Poland. This was an act of sabotage directed against the security of the Polish state and its citizens. Denmark stands in full solidarity with Poland. Mr. President, it is almost 2 months since the Council last discussed Ukraine. Regrettably, Russia's attacks on Ukraine's population and civilian infrastructure have continued unabated, as we have clearly heard from our briefers. Ukraine again witnessed a deadly mass attack on its cities yesterday, with over 500 drones and missiles fired in a single night. At least 25 civilians were killed and 66 injured when their residential block, their home, was hit. We condemn this attack, as we do all attacks against Ukraine's civilians, and express